Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 20th episode of our gaming news podcast, the PackCast. Our hosts today, as always, are Cool Trainer Camillo, the Janebo, Dan from the Tea Lounge, and myself, Phil Fantastic. And together, we are the Game Pack. This week's topics are kind of all over the place. There's no, main theme, like last week was just Nintendo Direct, haha! This week is kind of just a little bit of everything. So the mysterious ring accessory that Nintendo announced finally got a name and a game since the last podcast. KFC is getting a dating simulator. E3 2020 is being rebranded to be a little bit more inclusive for fans. And our last story of the day is about publishers getting creative to get noticed on the Nintendo eShop. We'll round out today with the new releases for this week and a little bit of a personal touch where we talk about what we've been playing. Now on to our first story, the Ring Fit. Okay, so a brief recap of what Ring Fit is. I'm going to be as fast as possible. If you guys want a more in-depth review as to what Ring Fit is and what the Game Pack kind of thought of that trailer, watch the video that we made. The Ring Fit is basically an accessory for an adventure game that has two accessories, one in a big ring, one in a leg strap that goes on your legs. There's two modes. Adventure mode, where you kind of are on an on-rail shooter sort of a thing, where you're running in place and using your ring to attack things and jump and all that kind of stuff. And then you engage in turn-based combat to fight enemies. Then there's also, aside from that adventure mode, it's kind of like a single-player thing. There is quick play, which allows you to do either simple sets or mini games. Simple allows you to do just one exercise, like over and over and over. Sets lets you do like a set of the part of the body, like you want to work on your pecs, so you do like 6 pecs exercises. And then the last thing was mini games, and mini games is just a bunch of mini games where you can play with your friends and pass the devices back and forth and break blocks or parasail and all that stuff. So anyways, that's a quick, it's as fast as I could possibly make that recap. It was kind of detailed. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to throw it over to my co-hosts and say, what the heck? Are you guys even interested in this game? What do you think? Dan?
I think it's going to be really interesting seeing, the speedrunners figure out where to hold the Joy-Cons just right and how to wiggle the Joy-Cons to get the score to go up in just the perfect way. That's going to be really weird to, figure out and fascinating to watch. I'll probably end up picking it up because my wife seemed interested in it. And so, yeah, it could be fun. But we have, a Wii Fit board, and we never use it either. So we'll probably not use it much. I don't know.
I have a question though for you. I think this looks more fun than the Wii Fit and Wii Fit U. Do you?
I think so as well.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot more immersive than just a board that will tell you your weight and give you a little balancing options. This looks much more immersive. It's got actually. Seems the little games I've seen so far seem like they're gonna be fun, and yeah.
That climbing one looks cool. I like rock climbing in real life, so why wouldn't I like it digitally?
Nice.
I think it'll be cooler because it feels like more of a game. I'm not saying I thought Wii Fit, because I didn't think Wii Fit or Wii Fit U was boring, because I played those when those came out, and I was really excited for Wii Fit U when it came out, because when it came out it was free if you got it right when it came out, and then it had the Wii Fit pedometer with it, and I was really into that too. But this is kind of separating more it's more like an actual game that gamifies exercise and fitness instead of where that's the. I feel like yes, it's an exercise and fitness game, but it's more like an actual video game first that uses exercise than it's just strictly you're doing exercise.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a good distinction to say, because it was gamified before. It was a game. There was progress tracking and all that. But the way that they've flipped it this time is that no, it sort of feels like game first.
One complete game,
yeah.
Not
totally.
a collection of exercises and mini games, because Wii Fit had this is an exercise, or like this is yoga, like actual yoga, and then it had like mini games with it, whereas this is just like an actual like RPG kind of game.
Yeah, it's like a game first, and you get exercise naturally while playing it, instead of it's exercise first, and the game helps keep the exercise interesting.
Which I think is the best. I love being tricked into exercise. Like Pokemon Go tricks you into exercise. I don't know, like, but playing sports and stuff is the same kind of thing. Like, oh, like I'm playing this game because I'm trying to win, but like, oh, I also just ran for like 90 minutes. Like getting tricked by doing something fun, I think, is a good way to, occupy your brain from being like, this hurts. Help me, I can't breathe.
I don't think the game itself is going to be that intensive, though. Like, I think it's just going to be more of a, a very light RPG and on rails. Like, you're just going to have to do, like, little motions so you could get over a log or row your boat. It reminds me a lot of the Kinect games that like Rare made.
Yeah, the
Kinect Sports, and
I felt like that in the look.
Yeah, look. It looks like that, and I think Kinect Sports even had like rock climbing and maybe even white water rafting or something. I feel like they had very similar type games. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I actually enjoyed Kinect Sports, so I'm interested to see how they do it with without the Kinect camera, and use this ring and this weird thing, the strap that you put on your leg. So just make sure you have two Joy-Con that work.
Yeah, that was a point that Dan made in a comment on the video, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to speak to that a little bit?
What exactly did I say again?
You said like, I hope it doesn't have the same Joy-Con connectivity issues.
Yeah,
it's just like it will.
No, but
absolutely.
The strap
So
doesn't have any like technology in it. It's just like using the Joy-Cons. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more so of like the left Joy-Con desyncs all the time, and not because of how far away it is or any interference.
But
like
I wouldn't say like this new controller is going to have problems, because it's still a Joy-Con. It's not like they're introducing a new controller.
See, here's why I think there might be connectivity issues. You could do a simple test where you have your Joy-Cons and you go to the screen on your Switch built in for like calibration, where you can test the inputs and test the joysticks. Like just twirl the joystick around and around. You'll see the little circle having the dot go around it. And then slowly put them behind your back and out of view of the Switch. You'll slowly see them start dropping connection. Now, imagine if they have connectivity issue from being behind your back. How is that going to be much different than being strapped to your leg and you turn just wrong? Now your big old thigh, some bigger than others, is going to be blocking this thing. It's like, yeah, I can definitely see there might be connectivity issues just from where you're placing the Joy-Con on your body.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to have more non-issues than issues, I guess. You're going to have more time without issues than you'll have time with issues.
Maybe. And they can't really do a Pro Controller adapter.
That's so
Strap
funny.
a Pro Controller to your thigh.
I would watch a video of someone just like hand sawing a Pro Controller in half and just jamming it into it. That'd be really funny. It'd be an expensive video.
The one cool thing I wanted to point out that I watched the trailer right before this, and they were checking their heartbeat using the IR sensor. I never even thought of that.
They've had that idea for a while. They wanted to release this peripheral with like Wii Fit, and it was like it snapped on your finger, and then it would check your pulse. I think it also would check like your oxygen content.
Huh. That's crazy. It's like going to the doctor.
Yeah. But yeah, they called it the Wii Vitality sensor, and they announced it at E3 like, I don't know, like 10 years ago.
I think I remember that.
They never they just like canceled it.
Oh man.
I was thinking it could be fun, like, like some people use weird peripherals to run games. Like, I've seen, like, a dance pad be used to beat Super Mario.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I wonder what fun things they could do with this. And then I remembered they're just Joy-Cons attached to plastic. So it would just be Joy-Cons. So scrap that.
Yeah, Nintendo loves that doesn't require the buttons to be pressed could be done. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know any games that don't require button presses.
Nintendo loves to sell us peripherals.
You have to reach down to your thigh to press the buttons and shake the controller to get Mario to roll faster. No,
can you imagine?
Look even worse than it already does.
Trying to catch Pokemon in Let's Go with like the thigh thing, just like kicking your leg forward to throw a Pokeball. That'd be great. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to talk about the minigame thing a little bit. And I touched on it in the Game Pack video, which you should all watch because all the Game Pack videos that we make are amazing, and you should check them out. But I touched on it a little bit, and I think it'll be frustrating to be like, okay, like, hey, Dan, it's your turn, and then I have to take the thing off my leg, and you got to put it on your leg because I'm not going to put it on your leg. And, like, there's just going to be, like, a bunch of downtime, I'm imagining. And, like, yeah, maybe, like, during the downtime you could converse and have a good time, but like I'm thinking like what's the optimal amount of time that we could be playing this game? Like, why is there downtime? So like, do you anticipate that kind of stuff happening, or do you think that like it'll be more natural? Because putting that thing on and off is gonna be kind of weird.
I'm assuming they'll have game or mini games that don't use the leg strap. Maybe they just use the ring.
Okay.
Because it looked like not everything used the leg strap. That was just kind of for your running in place and maybe some of the like the squat attacks or whatever. But there were things that were
I think that Parasol game didn't use it.
Yeah,
from what I could tell.
Yeah, and it looks like the leg strap is designed to be quickly removable for the Joy-Con. So maybe their idea is sell a bunch of leg straps and then they could just swap out the Joy-Cons real quick.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, dude, how much are they going to sell those leg straps for?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Velcro on those are going to run out real fast if you're...
Mm-hmm.
And then my question again with the minigames is, do you think it's going to be a party game? Kind of like how the commercials are leading us to believe. Like, all these people, like, there was like 10 people in that Texas house being like, whoa! Playing like this adventure game. Like, will that ever happen? Is my question.
I feel like they show us a lot of trailers with like 10 people in a room, and like
I want to say
it actually happens.
That's true. That's a really good point.
But I want to say no, but I'm pretty sure, you know, that very first Nintendo Switch commercial where, like, Karen takes the Switch to a bar.
Yeah. Like
everybody's like, that's never going to happen. And it happened. Yeah.
And then there were, like, I think when they announced, like, Pokken Tournament, there were, like, 10 people in that room, like, all, like, watching and fighting, and I don't know.
I'm kind of picturing something similar to 1-2 Switch where, like, they try to hype this thing up and try to get what they want people to do, and then it may not exactly
that game
live up.
Let's not bring up memories of 1-2 Switch.
That game was such a letdown.
It should have just been a pack.
It had so much.
That's what it
should have
absolutely
been a pack.
They sold 2.5 million copies. They knew what they were doing.
Well, yeah, you're right. Because it's like, I mean, how many games came out at launch? I mean, it's getting a little off topic, but yeah, it was not many. Anyways, anything else that you guys wanted to touch on for Ring Fit Adventure?
Do you think it's too expensive?
No, I think it's
what was the price
priced.
again?
$80, $79.99 US.
But that's like
that's not bad. It's only $10 extra for the, or I guess 20.
Oh, it's $20.
Yeah, $20.
And there's no way that's a full-fledged game, though. Like, there's no way that's a full-fledged RPG.
I mean, how can it be? How do you define full-fledged game?
I don't know. I'm thinking, like, you know, this is going to feel like Wii Sports, where it's going to be a little...
Or like Persona. It's not 100-hour
Yeah, it's not 100 hours.
Well, but that's quality. Has nothing to do with the length of a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you could equate length every time, it's not going to...
No, I'm just thinking, like...
Well, yeah, it's not going to be like as intense or like as like detailed as like an actual like JRPG game with like all the little things you can customize and stuff. But I don't think that has anything to do with the length of a game.
I just feel like it's a $20 game with a $60 piece of plastic.
Yeah, I wonder how storable the items will be, because you got this giant ring And you also have like a strip of Velcro. The Velcro probably is easily storable. It'll have to be machine washable.
It's probably more storable than Nintendo Labo.
Yeah.
That's true.
I wonder if the ring is like collapsible or something. Somewhere.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how big your game room is or wherever you do your gaming.
Yeah, because if you have like a bin for controllers...
I already am just kind of like, well, I guess I'm just going to throw this thing on top of all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Final thoughts on Ring Fit Adventure? Let's bring this home. This has been kind of a larger topic, but it was worth talking about.
I'm getting it.
I'm also getting it.
I'm going to wait to see what it's like, and then I may get it.
I'll probably end up getting it.
And the game pack will be reviewing it along with Mario Kart Tour. It's going to be some of our first reviews. I think Mario Kart Tour might be the first review, but yeah, we'll be reviewing it on the channel, so look forward to that. Okay, let's move on to this topic. We can maybe breeze through this one, but I fought for this one. Okay, guys? So let me know in the comments down below or in the premiere chat if you think that this topic is worth talking about. But Colonel Sanders is fried chicken making hunk in the new Steam game. It's called... Do we even put in what it's called? It's I think it was I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Oh my god.
So such a different connotation.
That is, yeah, it's really ridiculous. I think it's very, very funny, and the trailer is playing right now, and the trailer is genius. So funny, very anime, like very dating simulator. Like they like totally 1-to-1 are parodying. Gosh, I can't talk today. Dating simulator. So it's really, really funny. But my question is, will it sell more chicken? Like, how do they calculate that?
It gets their names.
Yeah, it gets
it
on your mind.
Yeah.
You're like, KFC's making a dating simulator?
Mm-hmm.
Colonel Sanders looks weird in the trailer. He's like young,
weird,
but has gray hair.
I feel weird when I look at him. That's
that's what they want.
That's something
you
to talk to your priest about.
It's kind of the idea.
It's not weird that they went with a dating simulator, because there is a dating sim that is for pigeons. Like,
oh yeah, is it called
I forget what that one's called, but it's a pigeon dating simulator.
Hatoful Boyfriend, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like wasn't there a YouTube dating simulator? Like
probably like a tuber one.
Yeah, there was one that like Pro Jared was in.
Oh Jesus!
Oh.
What? He's like allegedly been redeemed. Look it up. I don't know. I'm not gonna get.
We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
All right, thank you very much, John. You're the best. So okay then. Yeah, will it sell more chicken? Yeah, I guess according to you guys, if it's on like the back of your mind, or if people are just like, dude, KFC's going crazy, man. They're making that one chicken
bagel
sandwich.
The bagel chicken sandwich?
I don't know. They're making a donut one.
Oh yeah, that's a donut. Yeah, donut one, not a bagel.
They made like a Cheetos sandwich too.
Well, they had the chicken the chicken sandwich where the chicken was the bread.
Yeah, that was a while ago, right?
Yeah.
I think KFC has gone so downhill in the last 20 years that they're basically like flailing, like we need to figure out something to get business back. Let's just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I mean that's one strategy. I mean, they're definitely appealing to like, you know, like teenagers and stuff like that, or who are like who eat fast food, only have a couple bucks in their pocket, and they want to grab some lunch. So they're like, "Oh man, KFC's so funny! Like, ha 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 ha! Like this corporation's so funny." It's like, dude, this is a multi-billion. I don't know how much like KFC's worth.
They probably make billions.
Yeah, but like, dude, like they're not like. Their CEO isn't like a comedian. They just have like a slick marketing team. Like you're totally.
Well, I mean, that's the new thing now. Like fast food, or I guess any company having a relatable marketing team. I guess.
Yeah.
Like where they all have funny like Twitter. They've
or like when they like post memes on their accounts and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, more and more companies are using all different types of media, including video games. Yeah. To get their brand, get their message, get their products out there. Like not too recently Wendy's made several levels for Super Mario Maker 2. And they have even had a competition where the person with the world record on their latest level at a certain date and time would get something special. And so they had speedrunners like battling one another.
For life.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, they had speedrunners battling their level online because they wanted this thing.
It's not that surprising because video games aren't niche anymore. Like they're mainstream. Like,
they mainstream.
Yeah, the days from Mick Kid's adventure on NES have very much evolved.
Totally.
What's a battle? One of your notes says battles.
Dude, I copy pasted. I copy pasted from Steam. That's not my fault.
Okay, I just didn't know.
So, anyways, here's some features. Now that you brought up the feature list, there's 9 lovable characters, multiple hours of playthrough, a dateable Colonel Sanders. They needed to mention a secret ending, and then it goes shh, and then secret recipes, double shh, cooking battles. Battle battles, so like maybe you can like fight while cooking or then actually fight while fighting. You can earn a degree from a fictional culinary school. One of the features is 11 herbs and spices, which is just a KFC meme. Cute miniature food, and it's officially created by KFC. No, really. That's what it says in the Steam description. It's coming out on Steam on September 24th. I wonder how much it is. I kind of want it. I might get it.
I say we have to cover
this is
it
the
now.
game. Maybe this is the game that we review first.
Yeah,
because it's coming out a day before Mario Tour.
I will say that it does make their food look good, so that's good marketing.
How much is it?
Do we know? Steam. Game Pack research team initiate. I had it. I literally had it up on Steam.
We'll splash it on screen.
Yeah. Free.
It's free.
It's free.
I wonder if you'll be able to like accumulate things that can be redeemable in restaurant for real food.
Maybe you just
probably like coupons, like buy one sandwich get one free or something like that.
How'd you do that though? If it's not on your phone, you bring your PC tower in, and just like, hey, can you redeem my coupon off my 28-inch monitor?
There's these things called printers, or you could email it.
Yeah, but couldn't you?
It might give you a number, and then you bring the number in.
Yeah, like a one-use thing.
It's 2019, man.
So what I was gonna say now, this is a talking point I had before, but it's even more relevant now. It's free. So are there going to be microtransactions, or is this just an ad?
No, it's just an ad.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like there's.
You don't think you're gonna like run out of? Would you say, Cam?
I feel like they would do that if it's free.
They would.
Yeah.
To get more dates with the Colonel, like you run out of stamina or something.
It depends on how robust they want this thing to be. Do they want this to generate revenue, or they want this to just point revenue toward their restaurant? If it's just pointing toward their restaurant, it's probably not going to be very big, and it's going to be just a little throwaway gag that you spend a few hours with, and then go eat some chicken and call it a day.
Do you remember?
There
was a Doritos game on Xbox Live, and that was free, and they didn't have there was no microtransactions at all. It was just, this is made by Doritos.
When was it though? Was it before?
It was like Xbox 360 era.
Gotcha.
There have been a lot of companies. I remember the 7-Up Spot had a game.
Oh yeah, nice.
Back in the day, and there was an M&M's go-kart racing game.
Those cost real money though.
Yeah.
Those were like
games. Yeah.
We're gonna use our branding to try to like branch off and like make some money off of our like characters.
I think the Burger King games were like $3, weren't they? They were like super cheap.
I know I paid money for mine because I bought it secondhand.
Taco Bell made,
or maybe they were free.
It was like a special edition of like the Xbox One, where you push the start button, it would do the ding, like the Taco Bell sound.
Dude, that is like.
It's It's.
I know. It just makes me sad for humankind, but also maybe I should just get over it. Final thoughts on KFC, the dating game.
Looks funny.
Looks interesting, yeah.
I'm getting it, and I think we should review it, but I guess we can talk about that offline.
It's free.
Very cool.
I wonder if there will be multiplayer.
Oh my gosh. Wait, never mind. Moving on! But before we do that, guys, we're going to take a very quick break to show you whatever thing I could pull together that's an ad for the audio podcast.
Yo, listen. I've told you once, I've told you twice, I've told you 3 times. This is the 4th time that I'm telling you, subscribe to our audio podcast. It's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on Google Play. Look, if you want it to be somewhere else, just let us know. We'll put it there too. We want you to listen to the podcast. All right, back to the show.
Okay, so our next topic is E3 is going to be more inclusive by rebranding as a fan, media, and influencer festival. Now, when I hear the word festival, I'm instantly turned off because I think of things like Burning Man or Coachella, and that's not really my thing, but it's definitely a thing for people. But I think more what they're trying to get at is that it's going to be more of a like an inclusive thing where like people show up and they can play the games and they can bring their Switches and they can, you know, hang out, and it's not just like a press conference where Xbox talks about world exclusives. Like it's going to be a little bit bigger than that. So I think I am actually going to go this year if the tickets aren't too expensive, because I do actually live in the same city that E3 happens. So do you guys think that this is in response to all of most of the big publishers pulling out over the last few years?
I think that very well could be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it necessarily is in response. I feel like it's just we've been going in that direction. Like they've been opening it up more and more each year to like more to the public.
This sounds like more of a PAX type.
Yeah, totally.
Like it's more open to the public, because it was never open to the public before. Like, it was press. Yeah, it was just press, and I guess influencers. But then, like the last couple of years, they
like
allowed
the last 2 years, I think.
Yeah, they allowed some of the public to come in.
Mm-hmm.
But now I guess they're trying to get more people to come through.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I personally love the E3 the way it's set up now. I love the press conferences. I don't care about the days where, you know, people are just on the floor playing games. Mm-hmm. I usually tune those out. I watch the press conferences and then I'm like, oh, well, E3's over. Although there was still like 3 more days left.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like the tree houses and like when they're like, okay, we're getting some hands on with the game now, because they usually announce or say stuff that they didn't say in the press conferences.
Yeah, that's true. Because they only have so much time per game, and then they're like, "Then we're gonna do a 2-hour hands-on with Let's Go." It's like, oh, heck yeah!
Like that, that Metroid Samus Returns game was like announced at the treehouse. It wasn't even in the presentation.
Oh, I remember that. I remember finding out that after the fact.
Well, I remember finding out that Metroid, that one game that nobody wanted, was like shown Federation Force was shown behind closed doors at E3. Maybe
the 3DS one.
Yeah, 3DS one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That game got mediocre reviews.
Yeah, but
for some reason.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, you just get like a more like in-depth look at the game than just like a minute trailer they show at the presentation, which is I just like.
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing like the new direction to be like more people will be like cosplaying, and there will be like food vendors. To like buy a hot dog, walk around, play a game, dress as your favorite character. Yeah, more like a convention.
Oh, those like Comic-Con. Retro stores. But like retro stores will like maybe bring like booths or something for you to sell at, kind of a thing.
Right, yeah. Kind of more of that style. When I hear the name Fan Media and Influencer Festival, that's kind of the vibe I get.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Warped Tour or something.
Yeah. Festival has like music connotations to me, or like weird, Burning Man type. I don't even know if there's music at that. It's just a weird thing that people do.
I think of like an outside medieval festival.
Yeah, now I'm picturing like everything's gonna be intense, like out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, they're just gonna rent a bunch of like open spaces and convention spaces in the city, and it's gonna be. I feel like it'll be more sprawling. They'll be like, oh yeah, if you want to go to like the retro like swap meet thing, you have to go on this other thing that's like actually like a half mile away. Like LA is more set up to do that, but I don't know. I'm super into it. I think if you can get like how long is it? How many days? Is it 3 days?
It's like I think it's 4
days.
I think there's the first day is all the press conferences, and then there's like 3 days of showing off the games and stuff.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch the press conferences from home, and then like on the second, third, and fourth day, I'll go and like experience it. But
I think last year's tickets were like $250. I think last year's tickets were like $250 a pop.
I might need to crowdfund that
for all the whole thing.
That's cool. What do you guys think about the rebrand in general? Do you think it was inevitable? Cam, you're kind of saying it was inevitable.
Yeah, because they're just I don't know. I guess I just felt like they just kept opening up every year, so I think this is a good direction to go into. It always felt like something like this.
It'll probably be more like Gamescom. Like Gamescom still has press conferences, but they also have like a ton of stuff for the public.
Sweet.
Yeah, things always have to shift with the times, and if this is the way that can help them to maintain being an industry leader, then it'll be a good change.
Very cool. I think that kind of summed up our final thoughts. Unless you guys had anything else you wanted to add. Nope. All right. So let's just barrel straight into the last story of the day, which is just kind of, I just wanted to have a dialogue about this. There was a news story that we pulled some of this information from on Kotaku. Developers are cashing in by slashing prices to drive up the sales of their game to get noticed on different sections of the eShop. So the eShop is like not the greatest of stores for selling games on. It doesn't make it easy for shoppers to find what they're looking for. There's only like a few options to browse games. There's like the great deals section, the recent releases section, featured, bestsellers, and coming soon.
And like the categories are like buried in a menu, so like if you don't really know your way around, you're not going to click on that.
It's just super hard to navigate.
I feel like all of the marketplaces are though. Like PlayStation's just like that, and Xbox is like that too. Like they're all.
It's almost like have like different categories of stuff that like slide across, and then like on the side menu down there are different like tabs. There's way more tabs than the Switch.
I think Steam is the best.
It's kind of like the main purpose of the storefronts are like, you know what you want to buy, you go up, you search, you find it, you buy it. Yeah. And then they're also like, but we can also get people to browse, so we're going to toss a few of those features in.
So that's not really working for new developers or like unknown people. So what they've been doing is like making their game cost like what it would normally cost, like $9.99 or $59.99 or whatever, and then slashing the price a ton to make it cost like $10 or $1 or 9 cents or something really weird, or a penny, and then a bunch of people buy that game for like a penny, and the sale lasts for a limited time, and then that game skyrockets up onto the bestseller list for digital only, and then people are like, what is this really popular game? And then they can start making money. So they're using this really weird tactic, which is smart in my opinion, but I will also say it's a little bit smarmy. Is smarmy the right word that I'm looking for?
I don't know, because, like, algorithm manipulation is used all over the place anymore. Sure. Anytime there's something that you post and you need to get noticed within an algorithm, you have to manipulate that algorithm in some way, shape, or form to rise to the top. And it's kind of like just standard practices now to do what you have to do to claw your way to the top. It's unfortunate, but yeah. I wouldn't call it exactly smarmy. It's kind of like if you're gonna make a game, you kind of have to play the game. Yeah,
I think some of them actually have it perpetually on sale. Like I feel like I've seen the same stuff on the great deals section, where it's like
full
price is $9.99, but it's on sale for $1.99.
Well,
it's just there for
it's
ever.
Not on sale. That's
that one seems a little skeezy.
Right. It's also important to remember that some games just suck. And if they put them on sale and they still can't skyrocket the sales, like even at a massive discount, maybe there's something wrong with your game. Like there was a game that I saw in there for like 25 cents, and all it was. It was on the Switch eShop. It was like a couple of months ago, and it was just a fly. You have a few different watch faces, okay, like a wristwatch, and a fly jumps around the face of the watch, and you have to swat the fly. It's like so stupid.
But the thought process is that you mark it down so much that the consumer doesn't think about. They're like, oh, whatever, I'll try that. Like, I don't want a couple more games on my Switch. Get it to the price point to where the consumer psychologically doesn't really care and just does that, that 99-cent buy.
I do that. I go on the great deal section all the time, and I see, 99 cents. I'll just buy that.
I'll buy stuff.
Yeah, I don't fall for that.
I'll go to the used game store, and I'll see, a Sega Genesis game for $1, and I'll be like, oh, maybe I do want Jeopardy on Sega Genesis for $1. Even though I'll never play Jeopardy on Sega Genesis.
I think I have the SNES version. It's quite good.
I think the most infamous game that did this was Bouncy Bob.
Okay.
That's the one that was the one that was on the eShop for a penny. For one penny, and it was on the bestseller list for months. And people just kept buying it because it was only a penny.
Anyways, I think the onus is on the consumer to check the reviews of a game and look at it as to see if you want it or not. But I mean, if you've got the expendable income, you don't care.
Your risk is virtually nothing. Like 1 cent, that's what you're risking.
Yeah, if it's 25 cents, you can buy 25 gumballs from the Sweet Factory for that money.
Who would do that?
Someone who really likes gum at a discounted price.
Anyway, final thoughts on developers slashing prices to drive up their sales. Do you think it's a smart tactic to beat the algorithm, or do you think that businesses are, gaming the system and maybe their games aren't that good and do you think the best sellers should reflect the best games on the Switch, or do you think it's just a price charting metric?
Well, I think it's smart of the developers to do this, and I believe the developer that was interviewed on this either published or made a robot named Fight, and that game's really good. It's like it's a roguelike Metroid game, and if nobody saw it at a cheaper price, then they might not have ever bought it, because there's at least 20 games that get released on the eShop every week. So it's really hard to get your stuff seen. So yeah, of course you have to try ways of getting it seen.
You gotta do.
Yeah, there are so many games. It's such a competitive market. Yeah, you absolutely have to do what you have to do.
Cool. All right. Well, those are like our big talking points for the day. So let's finish up the podcast by talking about the new releases for this week. So starting on Sunday, 9/15, we didn't have anything, but we got September 17th, AI. Can someone else read that? What is that? The Somnium Files?
I have no idea what that is.
What does that word mean? I didn't look that word up before we started. I have a good vocabulary.
Well,
but...
somnia means like sleep, so
they're the Somniums. The sleep
I don't even
files.
know what is this game. Does anybody even know what it is?
I've seen it advertised. I'm not sure, but it's coming out on PS4, Switch, and PC. Lego Jurassic World. That's old. That was on Wii U.
Yeah, but they're porting like all the Lego games, I think.
Port.
Speaking of another old game.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's coming out on Switch. And then speaking of another old game, Castle Crashers Remastered is coming out on Switch and PS4. I guess that's been an Xbox exclusive? Question mark?
Yeah, I guess the remastered... I remember getting the remastered version a few years ago on Xbox One. Still a phenomenal game. I
had Castle Crashers. I've just played it to death. It's so old. I had it on 360, and then I played it through it once on the remastered on Xbox One, and I was like, okay, done. And then on September 20th, we've got a huge announcement because the Switch Lite is coming out. So we're very curious to see that. Camilo is getting one, but you're not getting one on the 20th because the Pokemon one's coming out on a different date, right?
Yeah, because that early November.
Early November. So the Game Pack will get their hands on one in early November unless John can't contain himself.
Wait, John,
I might get one. I don't know when. I'll probably get one like next week.
If Animal Crossing was out same day or something, I might go get both and then be like, "Here you go, honey. Like video games, please."
Well, my birthday was last week, and I've also been playing the SNES games, and I really, really want that D-pad.
Dude, get the Hori D-pad, bro. It's a good D-pad. It's like
kills
not
the
that
battery
expensive.
though.
It's a $20 D-pad as opposed to a $200 D-pad that doesn't require you to manage all your save data from one console to another. You just go,
we'll see.
Boop,
We'll
and
see.
there's no Joy-Con drift problems.
Well, I'm also getting the SNES controller in the mail, so.
Ooh. We've got the Untitled Goose Game coming out on Switch and PC. I thought that was a Switch exclusive, but it's also coming out on PC. If you buy it on launch, you get $5 off. Huh. What a fun fact. Then also on the 20th. Oh, you know what? Maybe that is what I should do, is get Link's Awakening. I don't know if that's too difficult, though. But Link's Awakening... are they calling it anything else? Are they calling it Remaster or DX or anything?
Link's Awakening.
It's just Link's Awakening?
Like
okay, so Link's Awakening...
Or whatever.
Yeah, 2019 Switch version is coming out. It's going to be amazing. I'm buying it on day one. And
use my voucher for that.
Why? How could you not
Why?
buy that physical? It's so collectible.
I have 3 physical games.
You're asking John why he wouldn't buy something physical?
I'm sorry I even said that. Okay, and then also, show of hands. Actually, not show of hands because I can't see you right now. But who's getting Link's Awakening? I'm getting it on launch day.
I am.
I already have it downloaded. I'll have it at midnight.
I am not. Well, actually, my wife wants it. I might pick it up. Probably not on release day. I don't know.
Does she like grid-based games?
She likes Zelda well enough. She loves Breath of the Wild. She's not really a big gamer, but she thinks this one looks fun. So
the renders
I always want to encourage that.
The renders that Nintendo have been putting out look amazing. Like they look like little toys.
Yeah,
like all the enemy renders.
It's insane.
It looks like it could be a fun game. I wouldn't mind playing it eventually.
But the
since
grid,
I'll be getting it. Yeah. I mean,
Zelda, I think is, I don't know. I'd like Zelda's my favorite adventure game. I'll say that.
A grid is fine as long as it doesn't feel like I'm just walking along a grid.
The Amiibo also comes out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the pre-orders keep going up and down and up and down. I haven't
really?
been able to get my hands on one. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out.
There's
also the Snake and Squirtle,
Snake, Squirtle, and Ivysaur. Yeah. They're all out too.
I'll take a peek, see if I can find it. Lastly, on September 20th, we've got Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remaster coming to PS4 and PC, and they're porting the PS3 version to the Switch. And just fair warning, guys, I don't know if you want to buy it day one on Switch. We're hearing reports of a lot of issues with the port not being that great. But, I mean,
I don't think it was a lot of issues. It was just, like, in certain cutscenes, like the audio skipped or whatever, or, like, a character flew out of the scene. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. But I don't think it's, like...
It's not game-breaking.
No, it's not
terrible.
game-breaking. No.
Well, when they're comparing it to the PS4 remastered version, of course it's not going to look as good.
But
I mean, yeah,
it's
got to compare it to
handheld.
You got to compare it to the PS3 version.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, that's I feel like something. Just a real quick. I don't want to bring up a whole new topic, but I feel like people keep forgetting that like the Switch is like a portable system, and they're like, "Why are the graphics so bad?" I'm like, "Bro, it's like 3DS 2.
Can you shove your PS4 in your pants? No.
I mean,
well, yeah, you can
try.
Try me.
What about? I think a PS4 Slim could fit.
Oh my gosh, my PS4 Pro can't fit.
Okay,
Anyway, so yeah, that's it for all the new releases and some delightful banter. What have we been playing? Dan, what have you been playing, man?
I've been playing Super Mario Odyssey, and then when those runs inevitably die to stupid garbage, I go over to Puyo Puyo on the SNES, and I versus you guys. I versus the viewers.
That's
and it's
cool.
been a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
So you've got those menus now memorized?
Somewhat. I know roughly which feature does which, even though I don't speak Japanese. It's really weird they didn't include a translation of that one.
I feel like that would have been so easy.
Could have, yeah.
Oh well. I have been playing Pokemon Go because Gen 5 Pokemon just Legasp. The Turtwig Community Day was over the weekend, and Gen 5 got launched the next day. So I've been playing a lot and really, really enjoying it. So remember how in like the last 3 podcasts I keep saying like, oh yeah, I'll play Pokemon Go. Haha, no I won't. Guess what? I actually did. And it's fun. I've been really, really enjoying it. You guys can add me as a friend of Pokemon Go. Link in the description. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I'm like 20 hours in, I think. I'm really plugging away. And then Pokemon Omega Ruby, or at least I was until I won the shiny race. Link to that video in the description as well. Cam, what are you playing?
I've also been playing a lot of Pokemon Go. I just posted a Turtwig Community Day video on my channel if you want to check it out. I did Shiny Race Phil for Zigzagoon, but then the next day I had the greatest shiny luck of all time. I think the most shinies I've ever gotten in a stream. That was incredible.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was insane.
Yeah.
Dude, so, I kept like watching your stream. How long was your stream?
I think I started a little earlier. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like it was longer than normal, and I just kept looking over.
Yeah, because I started earlier. Yeah. So I think it was like 4 or 5 hours long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I finally got the Marsh Stomp, and I've been hunting that since like late July. And then like I ended that, and I was like, okay, let's do like an SOS. I got something in like 25 encounters, or it was like 24 encounters, something like that. And then I was like, I didn't get the target, but I don't want to do an SOS, so I'm going to like pull out my Ultra Moon and reset for Zekrom, and I got it in like 13 resets.
Which is like, if you guys don't play Pokemon, what are the odds, and how long would you think?
1 in 1,365.
Yeah, so 1 in 1,365, and he got it in 13, which is completely insane. That's so incredibly fast.
And then to round it out, I got a Magnemite and Let's Go. So that was cool.
Super, super cool.
I've also been making a little progress in Kingdom Hearts 2 level 1. I think I'm like close to halfway, but I'm going to beat it. Yeah.
Cool. John, did you get Borderlands 3?
I did not get Borderlands 3. Just debating on doing it. No, I played the Modern Warfare beta over the weekend, and that was pretty fun. And I've also actually been playing a lot of the SNES games, and my game of choice right now is Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I love that game growing up.
How much are you rewinding?
I'm not. Yeah. I didn't. Well, I mean, I got through the first level pretty easily. Like I didn't die, and I didn't have to rewind at all. Nice. It's crazy how much you remember, because I know exactly where all the chests are. Mm-hmm. But once I get further into that game, I'm not gonna remember, because I only got probably to level 3 or 4 growing up, and yeah, it's a fantastic game. I love it so much, and I started Demon's Crest, which is the same world, but you're like a demon instead of a human.
That game is fun.
Yeah,
I really enjoy that game.
If you guys haven't played those games, they're really fun. They're really hard. Well, Demon's Crest I don't think is that hard, but Super Ghouls and Ghosts is very challenging.
And they're all free if you subscribe. If you pay money for a service, it's free. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that was a super fun podcast. We talked about some interesting things. We talked about dating Colonel Sanders. Talked about Switch Lite. All this kind of fun stuff. I just want to thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody tuning in on the premiere or listening to us audibly, either on Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play. And thanks for watching after the fact and leaving comments and liking and subscribing for future Game Pack content. Thank you, co-hosts. Thank you, John. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Dan. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.